This is your 2021. It is also the 365 days you spend. And this is the future. There's no hustle and bustle. No sun rising and moon setting. There is no spring, autumn, winter, and summer. Just a random cloud of gas and dust. So what's going to happen? What does it have to do with who we are right now? In the next video, we can only enter a wide enough, a timescale as broad as 1 year, to answer these questions. And first of all, we're going to start with the moon above you. In the coming year, we will still see 12 full moons. No one is surprised, no one doubts. But it's hard for us to realize. This satellite has been with the Earth for 4.50 billion years, at an average rate of 3.8 centimeters per year. Stay away from us. This means the future. The average distance between you and him. It will never be closer than this moment. This means that one day, the figure of the moon will no longer be able to fully block the sun. The scene during the Japanese rite, it will also be played out for the last time in the skies of the Earth. And not only that, in the future, the blazing sun gets older. It will be 10% closer to its current volume. Raise the Earth's surface temperature to 50 degrees Celsius, 150 degrees centigrade, even 1,400 degrees Celsius. Ultimately above the surface, the oceans are completely dried up. Life is wiped out. In the galaxy where the future solar system is located, we'll be with his largest neighbor. Andromeda Galaxy officially meets. Until they merge into one scale. Larger elliptical galaxies. Fortunately, in the galaxy, the average distance between stars, much larger than their own diameter. Enough to avoid colliding with each other. So if there was life in the solar system at that time, they will have the privilege of witnessing the brightest starry sky in history. In the future, the surviving sun is also inevitably old. It gradually depletes its internal hydrogen fuel, causing the core to expand through the outer layers, until they engulf Mercury in turn, Venus and Earth, expanding the edges near Mars, become a red giant. Finally, the sun's outer layers will all be scattered into space, forming a spectacular planetary nebula. And its core will continue to contract, become a white dwarf. This white dwarf is still shining, but due to the lack of energy supply, this is also the last light of the sun. And here's what happens at the beginning of the video. There's no more hustle and bustle. No more rising and setting. No more spring, autumn, winter, and summer, leaving behind a cloud of gas and dust. And over time, this love will also be completely dimmed. The solar system fades away. Everything is calm. And this is the future we were destined for. But is that really the end? Maybe the story doesn't end yet. If lucky, near the nebula left by the sun, there will be a massive star. It's more than 10 times the mass of the sun. Therefore, at the end of his life, will cause a violent explosion. Hot shock wave. At 10,000 kilometers per second. Space. Huge fluctuations cause the sun's stars to shrink, until in the center, recondensed into a dense celestial body. If lucky, this object is not too massive, not too small. Under his attractive force, chaotic nebula will form a disk around the center. A lot of dust particles gather here and reorganize. It snowballed, forming a multitude of planetary embryos. If lucky, these planetary embryos, after major and minor divisions, shattering collision, after the test of annexation, some survivors will stand out, officially join the ranks of the planets. One of them may be even more special. It's not too close, it's not too far away. There is a chance for liquid water to be stable. If lucky, the surface of the planet, there will be intense plate movement and volcanic activity, constantly releasing carbon dioxide and water vapor into the atmosphere. Gas. When the water vapor condenses and falls back to the ground, transform into a vast ocean. And the ocean keeps changing. reducing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, so as to form a relatively suitable greenhouse environment. If lucky, this planet will have one heart of steel. Can generate a stable and powerful magnetic field, enough to change direction of the oncoming high-capacity substream. Under his protection, the atmosphere can be stable. And those high-powered children who were originally dangerous, but it became the light that adorns the night sky. If lucky, this planet, there will also be a satellite of the right size. Its attractive force is enough to stabilize the piano of the planet's axis of rotation, angle, so that the planet has a stable climate. Pieces and seasons change. If lucky, under the seafloor of this planet, there will be some organic matter, areas rich in minerals and abundant in heat. Here will be an opportunity. Some self-replicating individuals are born. We call it life. If lucky, in these early lives, some will be born. It harnesses sunlight and carbon dioxide. Synthetic organics, members that simultaneously release oxygen. With excellent reproductive ability, they're going to finish expanding very quickly, all over the place. And a steady stream of oxygen, the gas will gradually change the composition of the planet's atmosphere. Even form a layer of ozone, enough to block the invasion of ultraviolet rays. If you're lucky, life will start using oxygen. Therefore, more than the previous one, generate energy more efficiently anytime. From prokaryotes to eukaryotes. From single-celled to multicellular organisms. Classes will experience explosive growth. Let the vast ocean become a paradise of life. If lucky, a droplet that originally lived in water, algae will reach land. And he lived up to expectations, working together with true monarch in a new environment. Form the first. Be the first pioneers in a terrestrial environment. They're feeding on their own survival, shattering rocks and transforming the surface. The mechanism of the post-mortem body, fertile the soil further. And it goes on and on and on. Early plants gradually took over the land. If lucky, the animals will also flood into the bright light. They will play, transform the not required to breathe on land. Extremely designed for crawling on land. Even completely out of water. Since then, on this planet, whether it is the top of the mountain, the abyss of the deep sea or the sky above, life will take over. Of course, their fortunes will not be smooth sailing. In a cosmic ray burst, climate change, volcanic eruption, asteroid impact and other natural disasters and creation. The extinction of ancient life. Gently life appears. Like a big wave sweeping the sand. Only the dead survive. If lucky, there's a class of organisms that have evolved to have a constant body temperature, developed brain and nervous system, the digestive system that refuses to swallow, and dominant characteristics such as viviparity and lactation. Therefore, it has greater attractiveness and offspring survival to survive in extreme environments. If lucky, there is another group of this animal. Will gradually begin to learn to walk on 2 feet. Start harnessing the power of fire. Start making and using tools. And then they even started domesticating plants. Learn to farm. Start to cultivate farmland. Build a village. Start building a city. Build a country. They pursue art. Have an infinite imagination. They worship science. Eager to explore more. Wide world. They feel sad occasionally. Because I know I can't control birth, old age, sickness, and death. I can't stop another 365 days from passing. But they were also optimistic. No matter how things change. But still try my best. Create your own tomorrow. Here you may have noticed. This is not just a story about the future. Although our sun will eventually come to a doomed conclusion. But can the dust reignite after that? Can life be born again? Can the ruins restart tall buildings? But it leaves us with an unpredictable future. Because if those are lucky, it's actually our Earth. After 4.60 billion years. In the universe as we know it so far. Unique miracle. Although the rules of the universe are so cruel, the torrent of time is so ruthless. Our Earth is just 1/1 dust outside the universe. Our life is only 1/1 of the Earth's years. but in such a vast space, and in nearly infinite time, to share such a device with each other. Unique planet. And such a unique moment. What an honor.